The power of compounding.
Maths has probably taught you about calculating interest. You may have come across both simple and compound interest. Compound interest or compounding interest is the interest on a loan or deposit calculated based on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest from previous periods. It's more like interest on interest, and will make a sum grow at a faster rate than simple interest, because simple interest is interest calculated only on the original principal amount of either deposit or loan. Remember exponential multiplication? In case of compound interest, the interest grows exponentially. Note the difference between both the interests. Simple interest is way too simple where time is a multiplying factor. But compounding is where you raise to the power of time. Just like 2 multiplied by 3 is less than 2 raised to the power of 3. This is what makes all the difference. The rate at which compound interest accrues depends on the frequency of compounding, such that the higher the number of compounding periods, the greater the compound interest.
Thus, the amount of compound interest accrued on rupees 100 compounded at 10% annually will be lower than that on rupees 100 compounded at 5% semi-annually over the same time period. Interest can be compounded on any given frequency schedule, from continuous to daily to annually. Let's answer a very urgent question that all of us have in our mind right now. What is it that we pay to banks on loans and what is it that banks pay to us on deposits? Which interests are they? Is what should be the matter of interest for every borrower and depositor?
Well, banks use complex types of interest calculation methods to come to a conclusion regarding the amount you will be paying back monthly to repay your loan, famously called the equated monthly installment or EMI. The EMI you pay monthly during the loan repayment period consists of contribution towards both your current or outstanding principal and interest on that principal. Even though your monthly EMI value won't change, the proportion of principal and interest components will change with time. With each successive payment, you will pay more towards the principal and less towards the interest. Banks also use concepts like floating interest. That is an interest rate that moves up and down with the market or an index. It is not fixed and may vary with time. Also, not all loans have the same interest rates.
Personal loans have different interest rates and EMIs. Car loans have different, home loans have different, credit cards have different. As you have already come across in the earlier segment of this chapter, for loans which are unsecured in nature, there is a higher risk and therefore the interest rates on these loans would be higher than those on secured loans. Therefore, whenever you take a loan, you must always read about the terms and conditions and be aware of how much interest you are eventually paying during the loan repayment period.
However, if you plan to never take a loan in your life and would only pledge to deposit money your whole life, then the good news for you is that, for deposits and other types of products offered by banks where you would invest your money, it is mostly compounded interest that you would earn.